I already tell you that I have a spirit with me, and it can have been a trigger on what I have read or written on Facebook today, or the news on the television. I don't know what it's gonna be, and the question is if the hen come first or the egg come first, what come first? And sometimes is it hard to know what is coming first, if I trigger it or the spirit have triggered me to read and showing me these things in the morning. I don't know, and I don't know what the spirit is here to tell either. I have no manuscript, so I only knew that I should recording something, but I don't know really. But what I have read today in September 16, 2022, here in Sweden, what I have written and read about in Facebook, it's about this, how much fake it is in Israel. It was before, it was much fake in Israel, but it have increased very much. I come to Israel in year 2011 the first time, and then I have been 2013 and 2016, and now I'm going to be there in November this year. And there is something that God wants me to see or hear, or both see and hear in Israel, that's something he wants to mark to me, and maybe to tell you about what I see and hear in Israel. And it is, I have increased this with that there is tours. It's tours to see things in Israel, and it's very expensive to do that. You can have a private guided tour, or you can have it with many people, strangers, and there is many people that work with this for their living. It's not nothing guide for free. You have to pay much money for to get that, and people think that is the right thing to do, and they believe that what those guides in the tours telling them and showing them, that this is the truth. But I come to know it already 2011, when we were standing at the Via della Rosa, and that's where they saying that Jesus was walking with the cross to Golgotha. And it was someone in that group. I was in this tour group. That's the first time and the last time I have been. I have been on my own the other times, but the first time I thought I needed to be in a guided tour with other Swedish people around me, and because I thought I should not could talk English to people, that I needed to know Hebrew to to be there. But it was wrong because they speak very good English in Israel. So it's no problem to travel on your own. You don't need those expensive groups. You, I pay about $400 to to take the flight to Israel and back home again. So those airplane is not expensive. It's when you are inside Israel that is expensive, and then it's depend on you. If you want to hire or rent a tour group or private tour guide, then you have to pay. And the taxi driver, if you go with a taxi to those sites that they claim that they fake mostly, that there where it happened in the Bible, you need to talk to the taxi driver, and the sad thing is that they most of them are Arabic speaking, so they don't speak English. But if you can do it, or you can show it on the paper, you have to look at the price first before you sit down in a taxi. If he have no tax meters in the car, then you have to talk to him about the price. And even if he have these meters to measure how much you should pay, you should talk to them about the price before you sit down in the taxi. And then you that listen to my podcast, I tell you that most of it is fake. They have created sites, and if you really listen at these people, they say it maybe is here. They think it's here. This kind of words they are saying. But most people believe in lies, so they don't listen really what they are saying. Because they are saying that people, they don't know. The research people don't know where it was. It's only something they have built up because they want the tourists to come and spend money on those sites. That maybe it's only dig down in the soil and nothing is there, but it look like it's have been something there. And they created those fake sites. So my advice to when you travel to Israel is to read about it, and then make a map on where you are going, and not take those tours. Instead, you can get it for less money by reading about it, and you look at it nowadays, there is maps all over Israel, and you can look at it from home and see if it's something you want to go to and look at, and then also that you read with awakening, waked up eyes, and so you can read that they say, they think it was here, it was what you are looking for, but that they are saying this, that they are not sure where it is. And if you want to go to a fake place, it maybe is real, but they don't know. They don't know anything. It's very few things in Israel they know. And I have done my research now on Golden Gate, and I find out that it's no Golden Gate to touch. So that means it's not literary, it's symbolic, and in a spirit that it was saying to me that to touch the Golden Gate, because the Golden Gate is in that place where Golden Gates are today, but it's have rebuilt. So the Golden Gate that was when the angel told Anna, Virgin Mary's mother, that her daughter should have a child that should be special for the world. And they were standing in the Golden Gate. But that Golden Gate doesn't exist anymore. It has been rebuilt. And so it's in the soil. So that means something else when they say this, the Spirit, to me. And so it's about to do the research. And because of that, the Spirit is on me now very much. So it was about, at least this is about Golden Gate. That it's you can go. This is what the Spirit are saying now. You can travel to those sites. There is now is talking something to you about things they have said to me, that you can travel to those sites, but you can't say that this is the place. There is, they say there, they think that it is where someone is laying there, or a holy place like that. The whole area is a holy place, so you don't need to directly go to that site they have built up and make it to look like that is the place, because the holy ground is there. It's not just that point they showing you. And it's the whole time I get this in my mind, that about this I am not good in the Bible, but this about God was telling someone, or if it was Jacob or who it was, I'm not sure, that he told this man to take off his shoes, because the shoes is the world. The shoes can catch many dirt things that is on earth, that is not holy at all, and mix up the holy things with dirt. So that's why you need to take off the shoes. But you don't need to take off the shoes. It's not literary, it's symbolic. So, but you need to clean up your shoes to not bring with you things from the world with you to this holy place. It's not really about the shoes. The shoes is a vehicle. It's something you take with you when you are walking around, and that you have to let it be outside from that site. The holy place should not be walking with filthy, it says shoes here, but it's with your filthy mind. You should focus when you enter into a holy place. You need to have your mind set on the focus on what the really matter, the most important are, and not what the world is saying or showing you. And that's what I did in the church. When I was in the church before, I have not been for many years now in the church. But when I was in the church, I never was talking about the daily news, what clothes people have, and this sort of things. I went into the church and placed me on a chair, and then I sit and close my eyes, and then I was talking to God and ask God to give me some words that was for me to receive from the service. And I was sitting like only God and me in the church, and not be social work, talking to people. Of course, I answer them when they were talking to me, people, but they saw that I was I had closed my eyes and was inside something that they couldn't go into. But as soon as I open up my eyes and sit normal, then they talk to me, and then I answer them. But most of the time it was between God and me to be in the church. So in that way, it doesn't matter if you are in a church because you are walking together with a friend into the church, and you know that it's not your church, that is not what you wanted, but you wanted to walk in there because it's your friend that want to be there, and whatever take you to that church, it doesn't matter where you are, because if you are focus on God and close your eyes and it's only you and God, then it doesn't matter where you are, because that's you and God together, and the place doesn't matter in that way. And so that you can do your things even if you are in the wrong church. And that I have done many times, because I have not been in the right church many times. I have going there because God wants me to go there to see things that take place. And then when in some time I only go into God and me, and that's the church service I do on my own inside me, and it doesn't matter what's around me. I'm talking about this with to the storm never lasts forever, and it's the same thing with this, that you can be nice to a person and walk with he or her into that place, but you yourself is not there in the spirit way. You are there with your body, but not in the spirit. It's your mindset that is can be in another place. Some people thinking about worldly things when they are in a church, and they sit and watch inside their telephones about what's going on in the world, and you can do the same thing, but the opposite, that you are in your mindset about God and you together in that place. And so that's what the spirits was on me about. You are in the world, but you are not of the world. That's what the spirit wanted to tell. I don't know if it's going to be more, but I don't know if I have told you about this, what happened about man is taking contact with me, and they try to make me be angry. And the first man that come by that was talking sexual to me, he was a rabbi and was into this Jewish, but already when he was talking to me, I was thinking that this can't be right. If we will be together, we have to move, because he lived in Tel Aviv, and Tel Aviv is the city of the devil. So, of course, people can live there in Tel Aviv without knowing it. But if they are on a higher level in the spirit and is one with God, they can't live in Tel Aviv, because that's where the devil are. So they don't live there. So I was thinking that was the first sign of it. And then he started sexual things, and I said, I can talk sexual things. That doesn't bother me at all, because I was 48 years old when God came. So I have been there, and I tried to hold it back as much as I could to see what's going on with him. But then I stopped talking to him because God showed me when I was in the forest, and I asked God about him, and God was sending me. I was on my way to drive away because I thought I should never get anything from that point where I was. So I was thinking I'm going to drive away. But then God said to me, wait. He said to me, so I stop from driving away and wait. And then it come a picture of me on a bridge. I have shown you this. I tell you what happened more about this picture that I have in the last episode. And it was a dark man. It was evil things on me. And I told him, and then he went away. But yesterday he come back, and he said to me, did you really get contact with God? Or he say, Shema. He was talking Shema. Did you really get? And I say, yes, he was giving me the picture. And I sent him the picture again. And he say that he was thinking about me sexual. And then he say that he thought I was crazy. I think you are a crazy woman. And I have already, I think I say that in the last episode, that the devil want me to be angry so I don't take the flight to Israel. He tried to make me go angry at everything. And but for me, is it only, of course I stopped talking to this man, but I have not blocked him. It's very few that I block. I only don't talk to them. And so I was thinking, and I maybe say that yesterday, that what I know is that I should take the flight to Jerusalem. I go to Tel Aviv first, and then take the taxi to the Jerusalem to the hotel in the night. And that I know. And then I know that I should touch the Golden Gate. And the Golden Gate is in Jerusalem. So now I am thinking it doesn't matter what the storm is around me, that man is coming and talking to me from Israel. It doesn't matter, I stay where I stay. I don't move where they are. If it's the right man, he's coming and meet me in where I am. I'm not going where he is. He must come to me. And that what God had told me about. I should not go to him. He should come to me. So I must obey what God had told me for many years ago, and hold it. And so I am going to stay in Jerusalem the whole time and enjoy. And if I want to go to Nazareth, for example, I can take a taxi to Nazareth and be there a whole day and then go back to Jerusalem. It's not far away to places. And I have been to most of those places in 2011. We drive around in Jerusalem, in Israel, and saw these fake places, most fake places. Some is real, but very much is fake. So I don't need to travel. I stay there in Jerusalem and enjoy 2 months in Jerusalem. And if they want me to come to the hospital, I go there. And Golden Gate, I go there. It's this rock, this place with the golden roof that you see from Jerusalem. That's where I should go, and I was not there. I have never been there, so that is very special for me that I should go there. So I do that, and that's what I know. That's what I focus on, and don't care about what man is writing me about, telling me about. It have nothing with me to do. So that's how it have changed. I know it have changed much because it's not me that make the decision. It's what I hear from heaven. And yesterday I got more money from heaven. I don't know where it's coming from. And I say to myself, I should not think about it. Where does it come from? It's coming from God. And if you have sent me those money, then I thank you, and God knows that you have sent the money, and He will greet you and do something for you because you help me. I don't know, because it doesn't say where it's coming from. It's empty. It was only one time it says Nazareth. So something is coming from Israel. And if heaven want me to be in Jerusalem, they need to pay for decent hotel that I can be with the scooter and have no stairs to walk in to be. If there is stairs I need to climb, I need to slide up and down. It should look very crazy, but I need to do what I need to do, as I can't really walk in the stairs. I need to find out how to do it if they don't have an elevator. So this is what I wanted to talk about. I don't know what it was I was thinking before I started this recording, but I say to the Spirit, I felt the Spirit, I say to the Spirit, if you want to say something, you have to come and tell us. And it's no matter what what it is. If it's something you want to tell, then you do it. Because I didn't have anything to tell you, but it come to my mind because the spirit was here. So maybe it was not much me that was speaking to you. It was the spirit that was talking to you most of the time. So I hope you have a nice weekend now, and I may be recording. It's if something happened in my life, I do the recording. If a spirit wants me to do a recording because they want to talk to you, then I do that also. If they want to heal or talk to you, the spirit, I have to. It's the spirit that is here now. It's make me form our planet in my hands now. So there is some very strong spirit coming and want to talk before I stop my recording. And it's about the planet. It make me twist around my hands. So it's this frequency, the polar system in on this planet. This spirit is talking about this. It's gonna be changing in the world, that it's not literally, but the hot weather, it will be in the cold, and the cold will be hot. The cold will be hot, and the hot will be cold. So it's a spirit change on this planet. It's what he's showing. He changed the planet and make me form my hand like I screw around with a planet in this world. It's a changing taking place. It says this spirit that was very, very strong. So it's either a higher priest or is it God himself that was talking about the change of this planet is on its way very much. Now is saying this very hard for me to say. Officially, it's gonna be so you really can feel and see it, the change, because much is going on now with the gas price and electricity and all this waves of things that is going on. It's gonna change. It's gonna shake the world. It's gonna shake the planet. It says this is beginning of the tsunami that was talking about in the past, about the future, and the future that the spirit was talking in the past. It's on its way to come now. So that's I end with this, that you should prevent things to be bad by taking action today, so you are not left behind. Because you that listen at this podcast, You are in the first place for us in heaven. It's the spirits talking now to you. You are the priority for us. That's why you come here in the first place, to listen at this podcast, because we pull you here for you to listen at us, and that you understand to take action to prevent bad things to happen. You store up what you need to store up in your life, and you throw away things that is not good for you in your life. It doesn't matter if it's in your family, if it's a person in your family. If it's not good for you, you have to stop. Don't bring him in. Don't bring her into your home, because now, from today and now, your home is your castle and have to be protected. It's very, very hard talking from the spirit here. You have to understand this, because we care for you. We want you to survive this tsunami that will come, this shifting that is taking place, not only in your life but the whole planet. So thank you to listen, and God bless you.